Rachel. Welcome to the show. How's it going?
Good, great. I'm over here trying to watch the news, but I'm sure some of you guys know, well, those that are here in the United States, the whole presidential election. So, um, I, prior us getting going live, I was telling Kathy I'm gonna have to watch the replay and see what's going on.
Right? Yeah. That's the nice thing about streaming and stuff like that. At least you get to watch the replays or the whatever in the recording of it.
Yeah.
Um, I just, oh my goodness, I'm like
What happened?
smoky here or something. I don't know. I
Oh
just
my
like
god.
I just couldn't swallow for a minute. So you guys, who's ever watching here, if you're new to the show, welcome, welcome. Um, all of the readings though, hello, they're oh wait a minute here. I am going to put if you are wanting a reading, you can request a reading by submitting it is a minimum of $10. That does get you a short reading here on the show. If you do want a longer reading, it is over $10. It would be about $20 to get about a 5-minute reading from each of us. Amira, thank you so much for subscribing. There is, again, you know how you can get a reading through us. If you guys want a personal reading or a private reading, you can contact Naimi at Mimi for You on TikTok. You can contact me at oracleintuitions.com. And yeah, it's been a crazy week here. We've had fires. So our province is on
Wow.
fire right now. We've got a lot of fires going on. I think there's a few that are not as heavy as they used to be. Like there's a lot of um fires that were extinguished, but there was a lot of evacuations and we had a lot of smoke coming through the province. In fact, the province was actually in the top 15 of worst countries for air quality during
Oh
this
my
last week,
gosh.
right? Like that's how bad it was. So you could smell the smoke coming in through the house. It was really hard to see in some areas. You were like itchy eyes, the whole bit, and all of that stuff. And then I was talking to a few people and they were saying that the smoke was heading their way and they're like far east. So I have a client that's living on the East Coast and she was saying, yeah, the smoke apparently is hitting over there too. So
Wow.
yeah,
So then you
apparently
guys
it
need
hasn't
some
hit
of our
Florida, which
weather.
is good, but that's
I was saying you guys need some of our other weather because it's been raining bad over here.
really,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's been raining and a lot of lightning and I'm like I think we started hurricane season a little earlier than usual is what it seems like.
Oh, well, you know what? I'm really grateful at the fact that we went to Florida when we did.
Yeah.
And I kept hearing everybody kept talking about the rain. Oh, the rain, is all of that. But we had none. Like there was one day I think that it was a drizzle or like very light drizzle in the morning
Hmm.
and the rest of the day was super hot. And then I think in the evening, like but we were already back at the hotel. It just had this massive downpour for about 5 minutes and then that was it. Bada bing, bada boom. That was
Good.
the extent of our rain. So we were actually very happy because we kept hearing about, oh yeah, it rains like every day, all the time, blah blah. And we were like,
Yeah.
okay, well, it is what it is. I guess we'll see. But yeah, nothing at all. So that's good.
Hmm.
Very, very good. Yeah. What have you been doing this week?
So I've been taking a break this week. I recently, well, this was yesterday. I went to a car show where my dad's nursing home is, and it was really nice. And the weather, luckily, it didn't ruin it for the most part until probably like an hour later. And then they had to pack up and go. But we were able to enjoy, we were able to see some cars, which was really nice. A lot of those residents there at the nursing home got to enjoy it. My daughter loved it. And we just spent the whole day there. We had a really good time. They had a little cute little dining area where if you wanted like little appetizers, they had like pretzels with nacho cheese or mustard and some strawberry lemonade. It was really nice. We had a really good time, and I
That's
think it was
good.
much needed. Yeah.
It's kind of nice when they have these activities, especially for the older people, like, but something like that where it's not just tossing a balloon back and forth or something
Yeah.
that you see, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
'Cause sometimes you see these horrendous activities. I remember we would take my dad, our dad to like the Alzheimer's place, and we get it because some of the things that they have to do, are they're working on their skills or whatever it is, maybe that's all they can do. But it's kind of
Right.
nice to hear about, them giving them a little bit more activity.
Yeah, they even randomly did like a dinosaur parade 2 weeks ago. They came dressed as dinosaurs and they were going up and down the aisles of the residents' rooms and they were all like, "What's going on?" Like it was exciting for them. They were giving away tumblers and like candies and t-shirts and like they make it fun and like it's awesome. Like if I get to that point that I need to go to a nursing home, I would like to go there.
Exactly, exactly. You want to go to a place that's fun. I actually just told my son, I said to him not that long ago, I don't think I want to get to that stage. So if that's where it goes, just take me out back or something like that. I don't know. If I don't remember who anybody is, I don't care anymore. I like just, find a closet and shove me in there or whatever. And just throw food at me once in a while. I'll be happy. I don't know. But yeah, so you're gonna be back doing readings on TikTok in a little bit.
Yes, yes, I will be. I'm hoping to get back starting Thursday. Should be going back on Thursday.
Okay, good, good.
Mm-hmm.
Taking some time off, right? I keep
Yeah.
thinking today is Thursday, and I don't know why. I'm like a day ahead in my head. In my head, I'm a day ahead. I don't know why. I'm getting very, very confused with the days. But I think it's because my son's been out of school for this last week. They had like 5 days off. And so he goes back tomorrow. So in my head, I don't know exactly where I am. I'm like, could be this day, it could be that day. But when you're not having that routine, you get very confused. You know what I mean? Or
Yeah, and
it can
I
muck
I
you up.
got so used to now saying the day of the week versus saying, "Hey guys, I'll see you guys tomorrow," or "I'll see you guys the following day." Like I can't say that anymore because I have viewers that are a day ahead. So
Right.
like for us it's Wednesday and for them it's already Thursday. And I'm
Yeah.
like, so okay, so I don't say that anymore. I just specifically say, "Hey guys, I'm gonna be live Thursday or Friday," or whatever, you know?
Exactly. 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 Speaking of, Will, it's good to see you. He says, I'm doing good, but a bit tired. So
Uh
that's too bad. But we're glad you're here. So that makes us smile. We're happy you're here. So we've got a couple of readings to do. Remember, guys, if you do want a reading, all of the instructions are going across the bottom of the screen. Just do let us know if you have donated because it doesn't always appear on our phones, or I don't always get the notification immediately. So just let us know and make sure that we do have your question, that we have your what we need are your names or the name of yourself, and if there's anybody else involved. And also I just need your um birth sign as well. And that what that does for me is it just helps me really, really. So, all right, let's get started. I think first up is Miguel, Mr. Miguel.
of
He's
course.
asking about his finances.
Okay. All right. So focusing on finances. What messages do we have? My calendar regards to finances. Messages.
I think a lot of people are really tired this week. Like I'm just reading what Jessica and both Will wrote, and they're talking about being tired, and I think that that's just a thing right now. It
Yeah.
just feels like something's a little off. I
Yeah.
know I think it was like Monday, I was feeling really like just not right. It wasn't, like it just felt disconnected or discombobulated or something like, where
Most definitely. Yeah, I agree.
you're
I
just
agree.
not
Very,
right.
yeah, like this time that I've been taking this break, and I told Jessica today actually, um like I just things been off, so I'm taking off and like disconnecting to reconnect basically.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
yeah, I really do
I don't know
agree
what
with
it is. Like I honestly don't. I don't know if it's like the weather or if it's some sort of planetary muckery going on.
the
Like honestly, I
situation.
don't know. I haven't really been paying that much attention. But I did find it wasn't really, I wouldn't call it a depression by any means, but I would call it just sort of being in that place of just things aren't there was nothing wrong, but you just felt off. Like things it's almost like you're trying to connect a puzzle piece and you can't get the puzzle piece into the puzzle
Yeah.
for whatever reason. That's how I felt. Yeah. Really off. Really off. So what did you get for Mr. Miguel?
So I am picking up recovery. So basically, the situation that you're currently, or I'm gonna say that we're currently in, financially, like we're gonna recover from it. It's gonna end. It's going like the phase that we're in is gonna come to an end, basically. Let me see if I can get a time frame for you. So it feels as if June is going to start looking better. Like in June, you're going to start seeing that progress, that recovery, is what I'm picking up at this time. Um, I do feel that you need to continue to reconnect, most definitely spiritually, and try to get yourself out of the doubting and the negativity. So really trust that we're gonna get there, that we're gonna get out of that funk, that in that financial situation or financial burden, um, if you will. So definitely getting trust. Don't lose the trust. I know I have a little bit, and like you said, we've been feeling so off lately. I've been definitely feeling off, but I kind of feel like your trust has actually grown. Like I was up here and then now I'm slowly going down and you're now up here. So that's a good thing. So continue to stay in that trust and in the know that things are gonna get better. And I'm really feeling like you're starting to really take more control of um not just financial problems, but any problems that you may encounter or that you feel that we have. Um, like you're kind of getting back in your zone and coming to realization with a lot of things, which is really good. So that's mainly what I'm getting at this time. So you're gonna start seeing more changes, more catching up. Come June is what I'm getting.
So what's really coming through here? I'm sorry. I dropped a card and so now I'm buggering all over the place. I'm sorry. Um Okay, so what's really coming through here? First of all, I really did feel it's like you're letting this might have to do with the confidence part, but I'm really getting that you're letting go of a lot of past issues, which is helping. Like you're not hanging on to a lot of and I don't even know if you consciously made that decision, to be perfectly honest. It feels more along the line of that you kind of just made that decision at some point. This even could be, a contract with spirit that you've just sort of let go, and now you're ready to just move forward. But there's a lot of closures, and again, it might not be on a conscious level or a level where you're saying, okay, I'm closing off this, but I feel like you're just not, if it does appear, if it does come up, you're just not letting it hurt you or phase you or interfere with the next step, because there's a lot of planning that's going on here. financially. It feels like you're making decisions as to, this way or that way. Which way do I go? But they're not decisions that are minor annoyances that you used to get caught up in, like what color of pillow or what color of this, or you know what I mean? These are more huge, like more, it feels like if you're either doing it or about to do it, where it's like, okay, do I want this sign or this sign, which would have a bigger impact for my customers? And I'm not saying that that's the exact thing, but it feels like there's more um bigger decisions that are more positive decisions on some level, if that makes any sense whatsoever. Like do I want to do this or do I want to do that? Which is going to bring me more income, but it's not being stuck in a cycle that you were in before, where you would worry about these little tiny minor occurrences that might happen. And it feels like, again, a lot of the past is being let go of or released. So financially, it actually really looks, with that, especially with this Knight of Swords coming through, not only are you making the plans, but you're making the progress moving forward. There's a lot of forward progress here. But you're taking the time to, when some of the plans come up that you're not really sure, you're not making a rash decision. I do feel, especially with that Two of Swords, like you do stop and pause, and you really are thinking about which is the best move forward. So it's not like you're just rushing into it and making an impulse decision, but you're also not getting caught up in the making of the decision. So you're actually looking at it in a different perspective, I guess, is the best way to say it. Financially, things are getting better. Hey, so's your relationship. This popped out. This wants to come up. Two of Cups is showing itself. It's pretty little head, and the star. So these are beautiful cards that are appearing, and it feels like, as a partnership, as a team, you guys are really moving forward. There's a lot of new thoughts, a lot of new ability, like um, a lot of new ideas that are coming forward for the future. And it feels like you're both on board with this, or you're both on board with a lot of the ideas. So don't hold yourself back, don't keep things, I guess, hidden or undercover. And what I mean by that is, if you have a thought about something, be willing to share that thought with each other. You don't need to be in a place where, oh, I don't know if she's going to like this or he's going to like this. Just let it kind of come forward. And you guys are in a good place to handle all of this. But there is some new opportunities. And when we talk about new opportunities, this could be a new client. It could be, it doesn't need to be a big thunderous lightning bolt of new. But it can be, these little new things that you'll see appearing, and it's like, oh, okay, I suddenly got a new client. Now I got 5 new clients and 10 new clients and all, like, holy crap. You know what I mean? It's that kind of build up is what I'm getting. So yeah, I hope that makes sense, Miguel. And he says, "Oh, I have had some new clients." So that's good,
Yeah.
because I feel like that's going to keep, coming forward too. Like, it's not just going to stop, right? It's going to keep happening. But it's also going to be in a place where, it's coming in at a speed where you're being allowed to make some good changes yourself at the same time, or make some decisions. Again, you're not really being thrown into a place of having to make a split decision, really. Like, you have the time. You don't need to rush on the decisions, is what I'm getting. Yeah. So I'm glad that that helped. Did you pull cards for him?
No, I'm actually already getting ready for Jessica because I
Okay.
read it
All
while you
right.
were doing the
Thank you,
reading.
Miguel. All right. So Jessica is asking about Cameron, and I have a lot of messages coming through, so I'm excited to hear what you have to say.
Yeah, definitely. So So reconciliation is something that she's very concerned about because of this situation that occurred, that he actually talked about ending things. Is there reconciliation for Cameron and I do pick up reconciliation, and I'm getting it in a strong it's like a strong yes, Jessica. And just to like confirm again, and I do readings for you all the time, and most of the time it's a lot of the same things. This time I got something different that's kind of confirming the reconciliation, which is forgiveness. So I do get that reconciliation coming through. What I do still get for you, aside from this unfortunate events that took place between you and Cameron, your path is still going successfully. You're still going to have that abundance, financial abundance. Your path is still going in a positive direction. So that has not affected your path for yourself successfully, which is a very good thing. However, in regards to Cameron, I'm not quite sure if this is for him. So let me just clarify. Okay, so this has to do with someone else. It kind of feels like it has to do with someone at work. So you're needing to kind of like stand your ground with someone at work, someone, not quite sure now that I'm remembering. I don't know if maybe this has to do, if this is a new coworker, or this has to do with the issue that you had with a coworker that, went to HR in regards to some situation with you. So I do pick that up. Stand your ground. I don't feel like it's going to affect you in any way. You're doing really good, and they're very happy with you. And I get this for you all the time. So don't let that shake you up. Okay. So that is what I'm getting for you at this time, Jessica.
Yeah, Jessica, what I want you to ask yourself over the next little while. Here's the thing is I know that okay. So I know that you really care about Cameron, and I know that you had hopes with this, moving forward, and I still feel it will. I actually pulled the Lover, the Emperor, and the Ace of Wands, so I do feel there's a reconciliation here. However, now this is through the cards, but I'm going to tell you what I hear, and you can confirm this or deny it, whatever. It doesn't matter. It's totally up to you. um, I kind of get that there's a bit of a relief in here in regards to Cameron for some reason. I don't know, and it might be something that you might not have really wanted to admit to yourself completely. It does feel like this could be some sort of, like, one of those things where you weren't 100% sure whether or not this was where you wanted it to go, or even maybe perhaps with his behavior over the last little while, with this other person, whatever it was. But it kind of feels like there is a little bit of a relief in regards to this relationship with Cameron. And I feel what's happening is it's giving you the opportunity to really do some thinking within yourself and go, okay, whether or not you want this or whether or not you don't. I don't know if that makes any sense to you at this point, but I am getting that there's a little bit of a, like, you're okay with concentrating on work. You're okay with concentrating on your next step for your future. And you're also confident enough within yourself where, if he doesn't know what the hell he wants, or, whatever it is that whatever place he's in, you're okay with that too. Like, there's a little bit of relief with that is what I kept feeling. And I feel like, how to say it? I know it sounds strange, but I feel, don't wait on him to make the decision on reconciliation. Make that decision within yourself, right? And if you want it, great. Kind of just say, okay, you know what? Yeah, this is something that I do want. This is something that I truly want inside of me. I'll allow it to happen if it's meant to happen. Um, but don't be in a place of, oh my God, what if he doesn't choose me? Yada, yada, yada. Because here's the thing is that you're way far better than that nonsense, way far better than that nonsense. And I feel like in the last few months, and I feel like this is where things kind of went a little bit topsy turvy, okay, with your energy, not your energy. Let me clarify this. It has nothing to do with your energy. Well, it does, except that your energy went whoop like that. Like your energy, your vibration, your all of that, all of a sudden just increased. Where did Cameron go? Not in a great place. You know, he went a little bit lower. He went lower in his energy because he concentrated so much on. There's a difference between working for doing what you're wanting to do in the future. This is something that you put your energy in because this is where you want to be. You're getting good recommendations, you're getting good energy from your job, you're loving it, you're enjoying it, all of that stuff, you're getting good benefits. What's Cameron doing? He's just damn well working, and he's working and working and working, and he's probably getting in shit from all of the working that he's working, not getting in shit from other people. But, you know, he hasn't kept up with the boss, or the boss hasn't been. It kind of feels like he's just working for nothing. He's not really working for him. He's working just to work. And people keep throwing more stuff at him, and he keeps, you know what I mean? So his energy has gone down, yours has gone up, your vibration is higher, his vibration is much lower. And I feel like that's where this disconnect kind of came through. So it does not mean to lower yourself by any means. Okay. Of course, you're not going to lower yourself, because literally that's kind of like saying, I'm going to give up my house, you know, so I can live homeless with the homeless person. like, you know what I mean? So, uh, you know, you don't want to get into that spot, right? That would be silly.
Mhm.
But keep raising your vibration. It's going to be up to him whether or not he can meet it. And and um that's going to be super important, right? Can he meet you? Can he meet you where your energy is, where your vibration is? That's going to be up to him. That's going to be up to him. You know, it's kind of like, does he want to grow up? Does he want to let go of a lot of these things? Does he want to meet you where you are on a vibrational level? He'll make that decision. I do feel that there will be a reconciliation, but again, it might even be to that place where you're like, I don't even know if I really want that, to be honest. So I kind of feel right now, concentrate on you. I do feel him coming back. I do feel he's making some massive decisions here for sure. But, you know, again, here's the thing. A man that a lot of people don't want to hear this, you know, but the bottom line is, if a man is a man, okay, if a man is a man, he's not going to leave you hanging, because a man that leaves you hanging is not a man. He's a little boy. He's a child. And why do we want anything to do with a child in the first place? That's stupid. Not that you're stupid. I'm not calling you that. You know how I'm talking, Jessica. You know how I mean this. But no, you know what I mean? So like, if a man doesn't come back and say, "Okay, this is where I am, good or bad," he's acting like a child. And you know what? There's 9 billion people on the planet. I'm sure you can find a man. That's the way to view it. So, you know, that's the energy that I'm getting. I love it. She says she's getting great feedback at work, and she loves
Yeah.
what she's doing right now, which is amazing. See, and that's what I mean, is that your energy is so much higher than his. So much higher. Whereas, like, literally, he's like a little amoeba or something, like just a fly on something. You know what I mean? Like, he's not growing, he's not expanding the way that you are. And so, you know, that is going to hold him back. But I do feel, I feel he knows I'm way much better this time. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. So, you know, for right now, just concentrate on you. Let things flow. You'll see where it goes. You might even end up making a decision where it's not what you want. and that's perfectly okay too, right? The fact is, you're going to be coming to the States fairly soon, right?
Yeah.
And this is a world of opportunity. Well, I'm not in the States, but it's a world of opportunities. So take the opportunities that are there, and whether he's a part of it or not, that's going to be his decision. That's going to be, his loss. Let's just put it that way. If he decides not to, that's his loss. That's not your loss. So, um anybody watching, for if you're new, if you this is a donation reading. Okay, so all of the information is going across the screen. We truly appreciate you joining our channel, subscribing, watching the show, all of that. Thank you for being here. Just if when you do make a donation, just let us know so that we don't bypass you, or we don't miss you in that extent. We don't want you to feel that we left you out in some way. I hope that helped, Jessica. Thank you so much for your
Thank you,
question.
Jessica.
Yeah. And just remember, like, you're vibing high, and this is going to make a huge difference, not only in your personal life in whatever way it's supposed to go. Again, I do feel him coming forward, but also just within your work life. I think that's so amazing. So, Will is next, and Will is asking, what is my next move on my spiritual journey? Oh, I like that.
And he's gonna be like, you always say that, but it's what I get, Will. Like, I can't, it's what I get, and I just still get the whole positive changes coming through for you. That hasn't changed. So anything that's taken place since the last time we had a reading, that's still currently in your path. I still see good things coming through for you, opportunities, new opportunities as well, coming through for you, which is awesome too. Let me see here. So I feel like these new opportunities are financially, as well as could be like job related, or maybe something new that you've been working on or planning on doing. I feel that coming through. I do. I do get, however, like you've already been having these feelings or been picking up on certain signs that are coming through for you. So just keep paying attention to those. I still feel like um, when you're in this place of, when you start to doubt, or you worry, or you feel like, like I just feel off. Things are just not really going this way. It's not. Sometimes we have to go through bad things to get to the good part. So I get that for you. Okay. So no worries. I'm just specifically what's coming through. I can't fully tell you, but I know that it's going to be great opportunities and good changes, things that you're going to be happy with, which is a very good thing. Um, I The only thing I do get though, aside from all of that, is something in regards to communication. So either however it's resonating with you, if there's a lack of communication, or there needs to be some kind of better communication, however that resonates with you. If it's in regards to a specific person, I do feel that. Is it lack of communication? Okay, so not so much of a lack of communication, but needing to communicate a lot better, a lot clearer, more straightforward is what I'm picking up for you, Will. So I hope that does resonate with you. He said he just quit his job, and he also started training in wrestling. That's awesome. So quitting your job, I mean, you quit on your own. It's not like you got fired. So maybe, that wasn't the job for you, and there's something better coming along. You're still doing the whole training and wrestling. That's freaking awesome, and I know how much you love that. He's been going through a lot of bad things. When will it end? I know, right? That's the question. Um,
Yeah.
Start to get better
Okay,
for
this is really interesting. So, yeah, okay.
Will it be this month? Will it be June? Well, you're gonna start seeing things in June. You're gonna start not seeing things. Oh gosh. You're gonna start seeing positive changes come June. I feel that June is going to be the end of that phase of you, going through those negative situations. So that's what I'm getting for you.
Okay, so give me 1 second, Will. I feel like just give me 1 second.
It's okay.
Uh, okay. Um, okay, so I just started training at a new school. Okay, that's good. Okay,
Yeah.
so this is really interesting because I felt like I needed to pull from the dark deck. So it's called the Dark Mirror. And I did pull some other cards too, and this kind of makes a lot of sense now that they're all kind of coming together. So as I'm going to read from this of course my hair gets caught in my glasses all the time. As I am going to read from this book in regards to the Dark Mirror. I did pull a couple of cards, and as I read from them, please, I will give an explanation. Okay, this is just it's a very basic general, about the card itself. So don't get too caught up in what it's saying. So, but Will, the first one is actually called, it talks about being peaceful among thorns. Okay, and this is really interesting because it does it to some degree have to do with your question, right? And it says we talk too much about spiritual stuff, spiritual that, spiritual this. Not that the spiritual side isn't important, especially in an age when everything seems reduced to a materialistic drive. But aren't we going too much to the other side? I have a money problem, go spiritual. I have a health problem, go spiritual. I have a love problem, think of true love and go spiritual. I have to have sex, go spiritual. If we were truly able to solve problems like this, what is spiritual would have been sold in grocery stores. True, right? Sometimes to solve money problems, you need money. And to solve love problems, I can't say that out loud, but you need to get physical. Strange but true. Getting spiritual is not what solves our problems, it is what gives depth to our solutions. Okay. It makes them meaningful. It takes them from the small to the wide, from the river to the ocean. But sometimes we are not ready to make it our center. And therefore, it's perfectly fine if we do not. So it's basically saying that the spiritual can't solve the material, but it can transcend it. So sometimes we actually have to look at a problem really head on, and it's not always a spiritual matter that is going to solve the problem. It is going to be there's the spiritual will help guide you go toward the solution rather than it being the ultimate answer. Okay. So, a lot of people say, well, I'll be guided to the answer. You will be guided to the answer, but sometimes we got to get really in depth, within ourselves for that solution. The solution doesn't always show up when we're not paying attention or we're not ready to, like it talks about from the river to the ocean. So sometimes we got to be ready to jump into the ocean. We really have to be ready to jump into the ocean, not just say that we're ready to jump into the ocean. So that's sometimes I feel in some way that this will make sense. It also is talking about, so the next card was the downcast pride. And what it's talking about is the basic idea of the card was bending to adapt becomes an excuse for the habit of bending. So it's like the root of sadness and grief is deeper than the skin. The only delusion is the gray sky. So the thing is a lot of times we tend to look at things in a matter of it's focusing only on ourselves or focusing in on only our issues at that time, which is perfectly fine. But sometimes the sky really isn't gray. It's just that we're so focused in on all of the shit that's going on around us that we forget to just stop and also to some degree have real deep gratitude for where it is that we're going. And we tend to forget about that. So looking at your actual tarot cards and just the energy that's coming from that, it's interesting that you said that you started going to school and that you quit your job, because the wrestling, I feel, is something that is a path that you're supposed to follow. But it's interesting that I got the Four of Swords in reverse, because this is like the rest time is over, the healing is done, time to move forward, time to release a lot of this old energy and start taking those steps towards an actual future for yourself, especially with this Three of Pentacles, and we've got the Ace of Pentacles coming through as well. And both of these are very grounded cards. They're knowing what the next step is. You might not know. You might not be in that brain space of going, I know exactly what I'm doing, but you do know. You just might not be, you might just be actually looking at more the gray sky than sitting there and going, okay, I know exactly this is my next step. And I feel like what is needed right now is a lot more confidence within yourself. Like, I feel you need to have confidence in your decisions. I feel, and especially you taking that next step towards wrestling school, good job. Like, you should be so proud of yourself. That's excellent. This is going to be really, really good for you. Just, take it slow, take it one day at a time, do all of that stuff. But I really feel that right now, it's just a matter of kind of staying focused in on the things that you want and where it is that you want to go. And this is really about you right now, right? And don't be scared to jump into, the proverbial ocean to get the answers, right? Because all of those answers are right here. They're right
Mhm.
here inside of you. They're in the core of you. Um, Says I've been letting go of a lot of things, people, places, and things. And that's exactly it. Here's the thing, if we have to question it, ask yourself this. Ask yourself this. Because sometimes that question is coming up for a reason, but ask yourself this. Is Am I wanting to let go of something because it's no longer serving me, or do I want to let go of something because I don't know the next step towards that thing? I know that sounds a little weird, but sometimes people get really scared. They get scared within the energy, they get scared of the next step, they get scared of whatever. They get scared of the hard work, but you know what I mean? They get scared of the challenges, they get scared of blah 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 blah. And so, it's a flight or fight, response, right? And sometimes a lot of people take the flight rather than the fight. And that's where we have to stop and go, okay, why am I letting go of this? Or why do I feel like I want to run? Or why do I feel like I want to drop this particular thing? Just look at it and go, is it that I really want to drop it? Am I really not resonating with it? Because if you're not resonating with it, then it's got to go. If you are resonating with it, but you're feeling a fear, or you're feeling, stuck in some way, then ask yourself, what is it that I'm scared of, or what is it that where are the blockages within this? So I truly hope that that helped, because spiritually, I'm scared, but I'm willing to fight to start a new beginning. Good for you. That's exactly where you need to be, because now you're overcoming the challenges, and that's a beautiful place. It's releasing the resistance. It's just allowing yourself to take those steps forward, and I think that that's an absolutely beautiful place to begin. And I feel like, as far as what's next spiritually, literally go with the flow on this is what I'm getting, because I do feel like right now you're in a very grounded, or you're about to be in a very grounded place. You're seeing the future. You're seeing all of the new opportunities that will be presented to you over the next little while, especially, not only while you're in school, but a little bit out of school, all of that. But your things new things are going to start opening up for you. And so remember that if it's presented to you, there's a reason. There's a reason. And it's usually because of the fact that spirit is bringing it to you in some manner. And so take a look at that, and take a look at that as a positive thing moving forward. So yeah, I hope that helped. Just um did you have anything to add?
No, it's funny because, in the past we kept saying that, something was going to come through for him, something was going to change, and I got that for him a couple of times, you got that for him a couple of times, and now like he's seeing the changes now, and they're good ones. They're not bad. So and more to come, Will. So more to come.
Definitely more to come. And I just want to let you know, I'm really proud of you. I'm really proud of you. Like, we've been reading for Will. I've been reading for Will for a couple years now. And the changes and the energy change and just the growth that you've experienced, just know that we're so proud of you. We're so proud of you. Like you, and you should be proud of yourself too. Even if it's not quite where exactly that you want it to be at this point, um, look at the progress that's already been accomplished. That's already been accomplished, and just so proud of you. So yeah, I think that's it. I think that was it for reading. So guys, remember that if you do want a full reading, you can contact Naimi at Mimi for You on TikTok, and also Naimi goes live. How many days a week are you going live now?
So I've been going on, I shortened it, so about 4 times a week.
Okay.
4 times a week, and I should be getting back on tomorrow.
Cool. And again, you can contact her on TikTok, Mimi for You, just like it is written on the screen here on TikTok. If you do want a personal reading with me, you can contact me at oracleintuitions.com. We thank you guys so very much for joining us today. Make sure that you stay subscribed. Make sure you click the notification bell for when we do go live again. And I'm hoping next week I'm going to have a really exciting
Announcement.
news. I can't announce it yet. Uh, I'm hanging on to it because I'm just not allowed to. But I'm hoping that there's a really exciting announcement to make. So thanks again, guys. Will says I'm very proud of myself. I'm so glad to hear that, and you're so welcome as always. And thanks so much, everybody. Have an amazing week and take care.